Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the December 22nd, 2025 Planning Board meeting, the last of the year. If we could first please stand for the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. All right, we'll get right into it. We have some correspondence. Anything anybody wants to discuss?
No,
John?
nothing here.
Counselor?
Nothing from council.
All right, next we have meeting minutes of December 8th, 2025. We have three of us that were there. Any corrections or additions?
None that I see.
Do I have a motion to approve the meeting minutes of December 8th, 2025?
Motion.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we're going to go into the regular portion of the meeting. First up, we have the Lamp Minor Subdivision. This is a discussion of an MS4 permit, locations 357 Crow Hill Road. How you doing?
Good evening, Paul Lynch, Putnam Engineering.
Sir. So, have you had the chance to take a look at the resolution?
I had not gotten a copy.
Okay.
I didn't get a copy of anything.
Okay.
Something issued today?
I guess it's in the packet, so,
It's in your package.
yeah, okay. All right, so where are we at this point?
Well, we did ask for some information, which it appears that we got, which was some grading and some tree information. Do we have everything that we have right now? So if you're satisfied, you could consider the resolution to allow just the MS4 for, Robin, for the one lot, right? Is that correct? Yes. Yeah. So they
Is-
can move forward on the piece that they'd like to move forward on.
Is Dan here, or
I bet you if you
He's
call his name
downstairs
out,
listening.
he'll show up.
what's that? He's downstairs watching. All right, so last time we had the concerns about the additional work and the house that at this point isn't getting built, but,
Yes, and you'd asked for, showed the grading for how the driveway would
Right.
be graded, and so we put together a plan for that meets the town's standards.
I'm surprised he didn't come up yet.
Yeah, I just got this. Is this amending the approval I already have, or is this the approval for the other? What's missing to approve the second lot?
The plans for the actual house,
Which ones are required to do?
because you were not letting you do any other work on the house, the new house, until you have plans for the house.
Okay, so that's, in essence, when he goes for a building permit, at that point, the MS4 reviewed. Okay, that's fine,
Okay.
yes.
Good?
Good.
Anything on the board? All right, in front of us, we have a resolution amending the stormwater pollution prevention plan permit. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank
Just
you.
do us a favor, make sure you follow the process,
Yes.
all right?
Yes.
Thank
Well,
you, sir.
Well, obviously, we'll be back with the subdivision plat at some point in
Yep.
time, and there's some other stuff that goes with that.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you. Okay, number 4, Nantucket Sound Sons LLC has been withdrawn from the agenda. Number 5, the Partry Golf Course, the adjourned public hearing has been withdrawn from the agenda. So we'll move into the work session portion of the meeting. First on the work session portion is the Underhill Farm. This is a discussion of approved site plan. Just a quick update, and I see Dr. Greeley here from the applicant. We did meet with the team, including our planners, and discussed the back and forth with New York State DOT. Also, in that same meeting, Supervisor Lackerman shared with us his plans for the town and the town board aggressively attacking a sidewalk pedestrian improvement plan in the downtown area, including this area. And honestly, attending that meeting with Aaron, I believe at this point we're comfortable with the plans that are in place and that have been recommended. So at this point, just as one member, I have no further objections to what they plan on doing. I also am very much looking forward to the plan the town puts in place to move that pedestrian-friendly and sidewalk improvement area.
I agree. Perfect, and it's needed. It's not that it's not needed.
No, it's, it's
You're
definitely
right.
needed.
But anyhow, you got my approval on that.
So we had a few addendums to the plan. What are our next steps?
I think that we'll get you a short resolution that highlight those amendments and for the next meeting.
Okay. And I do know, again, after speaking to the traffic engineer, Dr. Grilli, who's in the audience, I still agree this is going to be a great improvement to the area and will certainly help the traffic situation.
Absolutely.
Anything else?
That's it. It's good.
Okay, you want to add anything, or?
I'm here if you had questions.
Yeah, I think at this point, we're in a good place.
Okay,
Thanks, Doc.
thank you.
All right, so we'll wait on that information?
Yeah.
Okay. You're good. Thank you. All right, next and last on the agenda, we have a town board referral. This is for solar power generation systems and facilities. I turned on the news the other morning,
Yeah,
and you see the
know
battery
what to say.
system in Warwick
but in Warwick.
up in, yeah, second time, which
they-
really,
They haven't put it out. It took 2 days.
it really puts pause on,
That's right.
you know, what we've been struggling
Been
with
saying
here
all along.
and thinking about. I do think that this code, chapter 300, is gonna have to be looked at very carefully.
Absolutely.
And I know New York State offers code people to help us with these things as we go through this. But I will ask if we could have more time to absorb that and work with John and Robin to kind of get a better handle on that.
I mean, it's not just my approval to give, but I wouldn't have a problem with that.
Anything you want to add?
I think I'm not sure if we scheduled something for a public hearing or something like that, but I think that's well into, it might be in February at some point.
All right.
Don't quote me
that'll
on
be-
it, but I think that's where we're at, right?
I believe that's correct.
Yeah.
So,
We have time.
yeah, so it has evolved.
Yeah.
You've seen this before. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, the law was enacted and we went through some applications, but since they have attempted to amend it, there's been through some evolution and a lot of discussion. So you should read it from beginning to end again.
Yeah.
But I can summarize a little bit for you, is that
That'd be great.
there's some setback modifications. It's now proposed at 150 feet. If you recall, at last juncture, we were at 100. Then there was discussion of 200, but right now in this iteration, it is 150 feet. There is also a clause in there that talks about vertical elevation related to how close you are to the array. So if you take a look at that, and acknowledging that, you know, when you're up on top of something, you can't screen it, you know, so it kind of clarifies that, but it also makes a hard rule by which to follow. The other one that I recall is there was discussion about the screening itself and the plant material. There was discussion at one time of being fully mature, but now I think we're using the terms such as substantially mature or something of that nature. Because maturity and plant material can be widely varying.
It'd be a long time.
And yes, okay. And the last one that I believe is of import is the requirement for bonding is now, there was a requirement for bonding, there always has been. But now the requirement is 80% of the cost of decommissioning to be bonded by a bond, by a bonding company, and the rest, 20% in the form of a cash bond.
I believe the amount of the bond that needs to be posted is higher as well, for decommissioning. And then you forgot the deed restriction.
And the deed restriction, yes.
The deed restriction to prevent, battery, storage there.
That was gonna be my question. Is this chapter 300 deal with storage units, or is this just the arrays?
This is the arrays, but the deed restriction is related to, because they seem to be more and more going hand in hand with, if you have solar, they want to have a battery there. So that makes a deed restriction that you cannot put a battery.
I'm going for that.
Read that in full too, because that had a lot of discussion and evolved somewhat, so.
So is there,
Your comment on that was, you were looking at a site plan restriction
My,
in lieu
yeah,
of?
yeah,
Maybe
deed,
you do both, I don't
yeah,
know.
well, deed restrictions are a little bit, I don't know how you would remove them as easily as having a board have a control over a site plan approval, if you know what I'm saying. So deed's gonna be filed in the county with the restriction in it. Taking that out, seems a little bit more involved, and I'm not saying that I'm sure of that, but it would appear to me to be a little bit more involved than coming to a board that holds the authority to modify the site plan approval. That was my comment on that.
I just want to, so systems and facilities, storage batteries are not a part of this, the law we're revising or reviewing here.
That's correct.
Okay.
Storage systems are, we have had a separate section of law under it.
Right, okay.
And those have since been, I'll use the term banned for the
Okay,
foreseeable future.
okay.
Got anything you want to add, Counselor?
Nope, nothing, Council.
Okay, anything to add at this
Sounds
time?
good to me.
So, we have to go into a session for advice of counsel. If I close the meeting and tell them we're not coming back, or do we have to come out of the meeting and go back into close the meeting?
You don't have to go back into the meeting.
All right, so I just would let everybody know, we're going into advice of counsel, which we're gonna talk to our attorney about contractual and legal matters, and we will not be coming back. Want to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year, and we'll see you guys in January.
You didn't question, I thought there was a moratorium on the solar panels.
So, there was a moratorium,
Yes.
and what we have now is an updated code section for the solar panels. So it's, if you go to the clerk's office, they'll get you a copy of that. I don't know if you have to do a FOIL here, but they'll get you that information so you could review what the town board has
It's
proposed.
posted online.
Oh, it is, okay.
The new code that we're reviewing is posted online for the public. And there will be a public hearing, sir, in, I believe, don't quote me on it, but I believe it's in February.
All right, so do I have a motion to close the open portion of the meeting and move into executive session?
Motion.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. We will not be returning. Thank you very much. Good night, Tom.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.